First step, we're going to want to remove these 4 screws in the top of the grill. And then we're going to pop out these plastic pins here to be able to take this plastic part off. One way to do these push pins, if you don't have an actual tool for it, some needle nose pliers. You can just take and stick them underneath there, kind of around it, and then pry a little bit, and you'll hear it pop out. You've got those all removed. You can pull the grill down away, and that'll expose a few more of those pins. We got 4 more. This part's going to be kind of hard to show on the camera, but at the bottom of the grill, you've got, find one here, tabs back in there. Getting a good shot of that there or not. Tabs back in here. You can take your screwdriver, push up on the tab while you pull out on the grill. I'll show it better once I get there. So now that the grill's off, down in that hole there and that hole here, there, the 2 outside holes, you have a metal tab. You're basically just taking the screwdriver and prying up on that to get it to bend so that this will slide out of that tab. So there's just 2 of those. You can pop one side at a time and then it'll slide right. Alright, I've got these brackets here. They go on the, you see the bumper bolts. Down here's one, and the inside one, it goes in that slot. I left it a little loose so I can kind of slide it back and forth to be able to set it where I need to. And then I'm going to want to leave a little bit of room, you know, between the bracket and the bumper as well. So just kind of leaving them almost tight, but where you can still move them. Now with mine, I have this lower spoiler, this black part down here. I believe that's going to have to come off to make this happen. I don't see any way around it, and the guy I got the grill guard from didn't have one on his vehicle. So I'm going to work on that now. First thing I'm going to do, getting underneath here, we've got a few big bolts right here that kind of bolt this. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. Kind of bolt this to the, there's a better shot, those 3. Kind of bolt this to the actual bumper itself. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I think there's going to be these little ones coming in from the top that I've felt 4 or 6 of so far. I might have to take those off as well. 3 bolts on both sides that went in that bracket there. 21 millimeter. I used an impact because they're going into the frame basically, and they've been on there for 25 years, so they came out pretty easy with an impact. And you can see that bracket I just showed you kind of sits between this and this. This has some flex to it. So once you get it unbolted, this part's going to try to fall down on you, but this is still sitting down in those holes. So let that hang, and then lift on this. You can lift these out of those 3 holes I just showed you over there, and then the whole thing will fall out. Alright, these other brackets, I am kind of guessing at the moment. I bought this used. It doesn't have a brand on it, and I don't have any instructions. But the only place I can see for it to go is that bolt right there. So we're just off the side of the radiator right here. I mean, almost directly off the side of the radiator towards the front. That gives me 2 spots hanging down here underneath the bumper to mount it. So I think they're either going to go like that, or I might have to kick it where this angle is going the other way to bring these brackets out more, but we'll see. Alright, so yeah, the brackets went how I thought they went. So you can see those there, and then it bolts up right there on the inside of both, and then underneath, you see where they come through. So I didn't move anything. It is exactly where I showed it, right there. So I'm going to see if the rear spoiler, at least part of it, will go back on here. Slide the grill back in through the top here, line up those 2 clips, just give them a push. You'll hear them click into place. See if we can see them any better now. Hear them click into place back there. And then you put your 4 screws back in the top, and then drop this back in, slide it over the latch there, and then just line up all your holes with your little push pins. And so it slid down a little bit. Get them all lined up, just give them a push, they go right back in. Pretty easy. Alright, it's basically no, I cannot get that structure back on there. When I try to get the structure on there, it's hitting down here on both sides. So I believe this to be an older style of grill guard, the way it goes under the bumper like that. Most of them that I'm seeing online now utilize these 2 bolts. So I'm not seeing any instructions or anything online for this type. That's why I wanted to make this video, in case anybody else comes across this grill guard, needs to know how and where it's installed and bolts up and everything like that. Now you've got it. So like I said, you do lose that lower structure piece that holds on the front spoiler. I'm going to paint the little metal brackets that are hanging down there black, just so they kind of disappear underneath there. But other than that, I got the grill guard for $100. That's why I went and picked it up, because these are, you know, $600 to $1,000 new. This one's all welded on. It's not a modular. You know, pretty sturdy. So like I said, if you come across a grill guard like this, you're trying to figure out how to install it, I hope this video helps you. If you know what brand it is, let us know.